DT Fan Sports, a sports show that is dedicated to Seattle sports fans. This is Kevin and Dave, and we are excited to bring you Seahawks Weekly. As always, if you're new here, please subscribe. Make sure you turn on your notification bells. Give us thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave us comments below on anything that you think that we either got right or got wrong, or that you agree with or disagree with. So we're just going to jump right into last week's game. And we're going to take very little time. We're going to talk about that. We got some transactions on the transaction wire, and then we're just going to go on from there. So first thing, Kevin, wow, it was no good all around in Seattle. We had hammered by Houston from the Mariners' point of view, and then we got hammered by Denver on the Seahawks' point of view. Kevin, did you see any bright spots that maybe I missed last week in last week's performance?
Yeah, I had a few guys on the offense that I thought did very well, and a few guys on defense. I thought offensive tackle Jake Kernan, once again, second week in a row without a single quarterback pressure, single quarterback hit.
Right.
Did way better in the run blocking schemes this week. I actually think he's ahead of Stone Forsythe on the depth chart now because of his performance.
All right.
Stone had a better game than he did previous week, but all in all, I think that Jake is a step ahead of Stone in the depth chart now.
Okay. And number two, Kevin?
Well, I had a toss-up between – well, my player was John Ursua, who I thought had a great game until he blew his ACL. And Kay Johnson had another good game, 3 receptions, 4 yards.
Yeah, solid
and
game.
He did a good job in the run blocking. I was watching that.
That's exactly – I was going to say that. Just now I was going to say that. Great minds, Kevin.
Yeah, so I think he's got to step up on some of these guys.
Right.
And I also thought Josh Johnson played well. Not great by any means. And, almost had 4 yards of carry. It was against a depleted offensive line and a depleted defensive line, but he still, I thought, played well.
I thought your boy Fuller did all right as well.
Yeah, he didn't stand out. I thought out of all of them, Kay Johnson stood out over the rest of them.
And then on the defensive side of the ball, Kevin, what did you see there?
Rasheem Green took the show. I mean, he looked really good, and he's looked good in both preseason games. I thought
this is his year, I think.
Nick Bellore. I mean, how
Iron
5
Man.
tackles, 1 tackle for loss, which was probably my favorite play of the game.
Where he came through the gap. Oh my gosh!
That was too
funny. On fire. Yeah.
And then I thought Trey Flowers bounced back from the first game to the second game and played way better, and he graded out very well in this game as well. So hats off. Now the overall player of the game, DT Dallas. So we could talk about him for hours. So let's just move on.
All right, Kevin. So with all that being said, come Monday morning, or actually come Sunday afternoon, first cut came down. I honestly don't even know if that guy got to make it out of the stadium before they cut that tight end. He was gone.
Well, I had 2 players on my absolute ugly list, and they both are gone.
Both gone. All right. So we don't even have to talk about your absolute ugly list.
Well, Dom Wood Anderson and his 7 penalties are out the building. And Alex Magoo, boy, it was painful to watch. So
we don't have to argue about that anymore.
Nope.
You won. You are the man, Yin, on that one.
I think so.
I think you are. All right, Kevin. So we started cutting down, and tell us about the rest of the cuts that Seattle made there.
Well, unfortunately, BBK and John Ursua are both done for the year with ACL injuries.
On the IR.
BBK on the first play of the game, I was crying. I mean, Husky fan, I'm a big BBK fan, but those guys, they're done for the year. The tight end, Dom Wood Anderson, quarterback Alex Magoo, and defensive tackles Cedric Lattimore. That was a little bit more of a surprise, but boy, did Jared Hewitt just outplay him. He looks so much better, and it just knocked him out. I think that's why Cedric is gone.
I think they may have wanted to give Cedric a chance to catch on with another team, and that's probably why they let him go. That's the same reason they let Pierre Desir go, so that he wasn't going to make it here, so they wanted to give him a chance. I mean, that's part of being a class-run organization like Seattle is that they're going to give these guys chances to catch on somewhere else instead of holding on to them until the last minute.
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin. Anybody else? I can't remember. I think that was all that we
no dropped. On the defense. We didn't really have anybody stand out that was absolutely horrible, but I thought Killer Weatherspoon and Darrell Taylor both did not look good.
They looked lost.
Darrell Taylor looked lost, in my opinion, and there was a couple other people that I was like, well, that was a good play, and then the next play it was absolutely horrible, and but nobody really stood out as being as bad as the two guys on offense. So,
man, I tell you what, they ran over us like crazy again. I just, anyway, I don't want to get into all that.
Well, it's hard when you got your second, third string, defense against their number one offense. So, it is what it is, and we're just going to keep smiling. And rumor has it that some of the starters are going to play a little bit this game. So
I've heard Russell may even play this game.
Yep, that would be good.
I think he needs to knock a little of the rust off. All right, Kevin. So today and yesterday we made some transactions. We added Luke Wilson.
Yep.
So he'll be able to do the techno tight end dance in the end zone.
The short shorts.
In the short shorts. Love me a little Luke Wilson. 2 L's on him. And then we brought in a cornerback from Houston.
Yep.
John Reed. and Kevin, talk me off the ledge here. Okay. Just hear me out.
Yep.
As far as if you ask who's got the worst roster in the NFL, right now somebody in the know would say Houston Texans. So we're going to give the 7th round draft pick to the team that's going to cut a cornerback to retain the rights for this cornerback. Kevin, why did John decide that was a good idea? And by the way, the ringing endorsement that Pete made of him is he's really fast. He's got good speed.
I think John does some stuff, and obviously he probably liked this guy coming out of college.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a 4th round draft pick out of Penn State. And so John has a thing for Midwest guys that nobody else are paying attention to.
Okay.
No, not everybody can get the Seattle system on cornerbacks. And we've seen that for years. I mean, some people really thrive in our system and then they go other places and they just look bad. Some people from other teams come here and they look bad.
Right.
So I think it takes that special person. And, I'm trusting John that maybe this kid has potential that we don't see. I don't know yet. He's another 5'10", 180-pound guy. I don't know. I'm not too excited about it, but at the same point, I still trust John and Pete. So
what? Just so I can clarify what you're saying is you're saying that you think that they went to the combine. He was one of the guys that they had on their short sheet of players that they wanted to pick, and he was taken by the Texans. And now they had an opportunity to get this kid, and they said, okay, it'll only cost us a 7th round pick. And not only that, but if he doesn't make the team, that 7th round pick goes away. So it doesn't cost us anything if he doesn't make this team. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So
I don't know that for sure. That's just my gut feeling, the way John usually works.
Right. Okay. All right. So also this week we had Geno Atkins in for a visit.
Yep.
He's talking about joining his former running mate and Carlos Dunlap. So we'd have Carlos Dunlap and Geno on the defensive line that made the Cincinnati Bengals the juggernaut that they were. But both of them were great players. Excited about him. Do you think maybe it costs like a Robert Condici his spot? Where do you kind of grade this? What are you thinking is their thought process? What do you think, Kev?
I've been thinking a lot about it. I like the pickup. He's not going to be the starter. He's a backup, fresh legs, somebody that will thrive in that system, I think. And because all the pressure's not on him, he's not out there every play. He can rest. He can be fresh. He's a great ball player, always has been.
Okay.
I don't know what they're thinking on this one, though. I really believe LJ Collier, some of these other guys I'm reading, they're still predicting he's going to make this team. I just don't see it.
No.
They're saying Rasheem Green's gone. Kim Deechie's gone. They're saying a few other these guys are gone, and I'm like shocked. And I'm just like, I don't understand. Have they been watching the same stuff I've been watching? But yeah, I think, Adams will definitely be gone off the defensive line. Hewitt probably won't make it. He'll probably be put on the practice squad. There'll be a few guys, obviously Lattimore's gone. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I don't know if he's going to cost Kim Deechie a spot or not. I don't know.
Or Monet. Yeah.
Yeah. Our Monet, both of them have been playing okay. I mean, Kim Deechie played okay. I thought I didn't see anything horrible. It didn't stand out, but it didn't look bad. I will say that I did notice a lot of our friend Lestage last week. I know I'm switching topics here, but he played a lot of guard last week.
Yeah, he didn't play any center.
No, I was shocked by that. But
I was too.
I get back to Geno Atkins. I like the move. If we can get him for a reasonable price, I say sign him. I think we definitely need to bring in a linebacker and preferably KJ.
That was going to be my next question, Kevin. I think is KJ a must now? Not just would be a luxury. Is he a must?
I don't know if he's a must.
Boy, I tell you, Kevin, I think he's a must. I think that all of the moves that we have made kind of gears him, and it's going to cost us $3-4 million. But I think he's a must.
But then what do? I mean, I think Cody Barton deserves a chance to play.
Well, I agree with that.
But KJ is not the middle linebacker, so Cody's going to have to, be the backup for Bobby and the backup for everybody. And so it's a tough one. I love KJ Wright. Don't get me wrong, but I was really looking to see Cody maybe getting his chance to play this year.
Well, he probably will. I think that he will get more game opportunity, but I honestly think at this point you have to keep him at the depth position, and he's going to have to play on that special teams, and because Darrell Taylor is not setting that edge on the defensive line like KJ was.
No, we definitely. I would take KJ all day long over Darrell Taylor right now.
Okay. All right. So here's what we've got. We are kind of pushing our chips in. We're going to be going all in, I think, on KJ. Kevin is still holding a few chips back, but he thinks that we still need to bringing in KJ. He thinks that it's going to cost maybe Cody some reps out there. Yep. So what do you guys think? Make sure you put it in the comment sections down below. What we're going to have coming up on Thursday is going to be a little talk about the Chargers Seahawks game coming up. So make sure that you subscribe so that you possibly can hear what we have to say about the Charger game. Kevin?
Yep.
Anything else today?
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.